What is going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt, and today we are here breaking down for you the mass EDrag attack strategy. What we're going to be doing here is we've got two examples and then two live attacks as well that are going to be in between this, just to give you guys a little bit more in terms of what I can do with this strategy with some different variations, and of course, different tips and tricks throughout this entire video. So what we're looking at here first is going to be the use of a bowler bounce and using ice golems to kind of help tank for both the queen when you're doing a split hero and when you're using the bowler bounce. So the reason that a bowler bounce would be used, for those of you who don't know, is you're looking for a high HP building like a storage and then a lower HP building in relation to that storage with the on top of that air defense. So you're kind of looking at something like this. That's exactly what you're looking for. Now, most of the time, you want to look for defenses out of range. So like right here, we can get something going. However, you can see that even if we were to place them right here, they're still going to be targeted by the archer tower and the cannon. So what we need to do is we first need to drop in our ice golem, which will help us tank for the for everything else. So that's exactly what I want to kind of show you guys right here before we kind of break down a little bit more. So notice how we have the cannon and the archer tower locked right onto our ice golem. Now this means that this bowler bounce here gets a ton of value and allows us to take down this air defense very, very easily. No, literally just, it's very, very simple, and it allows us to take down air defense for free. Now, what we're doing on the opposite side is we're doing a couple of things. We have an EDrag. We're going to be carving out one side of the funnel there, and we're using the queen by herself going into getting the air defense here with that ice golem. So basically what we're trying to do here is just carve out a small area of the base in order to allow us to get some pathing for our EDrags to move in. Another big thing you'll see is the use of the use of the new lightning spells in the clan castle. They can be used to take down things like a sweeper, so it's 100% something that you guys should be trying out and should be bringing in. Now, what we're trying to do is just, again, carve out a funnel for the rest of our attack, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. Now, we did get one air defense with the bowler bounce. We got another one with the queen. So we really just need to get good, good chain value, good skip value in order to allow us to get right in. Now, notice here that we don't really have too many EDrags. We only have 5 EDrags going in. It would have been nice to have 6, but we only have 5 going in. This means that we need to make sure that we're keeping them alive, which means that we need to use the rage spells, which is extremely important, and the warren ability to make sure that they are getting through the base. So you'll see that warren ability being popped right there in order to allow us to keep our EDrags alive. You may notice the use of the freeze and the use of the lightning spell. Like I said, the lightning spell was able to take down a sweeper that was pointing here, and that really means that we can establish that, just making sure that we can not have to fight that air sweeper. That's exactly what I'm trying to say with this. Other than that, though, you guys can still see that we've got the stone slammer going in adjacent with everything, because we want to make sure that we're supporting this back end side, especially if the EDrags don't get to it. So that's exactly something that we're going to be trying to do within this. Now, you may already notice we got the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound has already been pulled by a couple barbarians, so what we want to make sure that we're doing is luring it away from the EDrags. Luckily, he had his king still up, so he was able to lure that Lava Hound over to the side without having any of the EDrags lock onto it. But another thing that you could do is you could drop in an archer. Maybe let's say you're dropping an archer over here, and that Lava Hound would go right over to where you place that archer. So it's very, very important to kind of think about. But you can still see that even though we lose those EDrags on the back end, we're still going to be able to get through a large portion of the rest of the base, thanks to the use of those balloons on the back end with the freeze and the haste spell allowing us to get through. So that's really, really important. You'll see that we are going to just a little bit barely, you'll see that the Lava Hound will move with that archer going and being placed up top. So it's definitely extremely important to kind of understand that. Other than that, though, let's show you guys my live attack, and let's show you guys how I attack with mass EDrag. So we have got this base design right here. We're going to be hitting this one with the mass EDrag for the first live attack here. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop in our Sui hero. We're going to try and take care of that town hall. Or, I'm sorry, take care of the air defense. That's going to be the thing that we're trying to look for here. So I want to make sure that we're taking care of that specific building. So we're going to pop the ability here. I'm going to use a baby dragon over here on this side just to carve out just a little bit. And I don't think I'll use the stone slammer a little bit away from there, but I'm going to try and make sure that the queen can go over there. So I'm going to send in an EDrag. I'm going to send in my EDrags here, send in my balloons, send in that, and I'm going to send the slammer in a little bit away from everything. Notice how I'm going in away from, away from the air sweepers, and that's extremely important. So I'm going to pop the warren ability. Let's get through that. Gonna rage this, rage that up, freeze all that, make sure that they're getting through. I'll freeze that up. I still have multiple freeze spells. Now I have a couple lightning spells I can use to really, take down defensive buildings. I'll use them on the on that air defense there. It's looking really, really good right now. I'm gonna freeze that up just in case it does get taken down. So I just need to make sure that I'm freezing up those key defensive buildings. I don't think there's too much left. Other than freezing the eagle, I don't think there's going to be too much left I can do. Other than that, that's going to be a triple. Shows you guys how strong these really are on the right base. There's a lot of chain value here. It's not a weak base by any means. There is, for the most part, I believe this base was maxed. And we still have so many EDrags up. We still have I believe we might have a max EDrag in there. But yeah, we are going to get the triple pretty easy, to be honest. And these are going to be the type of bases that you are entirely looking for. So that is how you guys can do it. I brought in a couple lightning spells, but we're going to show you guys how you guys can deal with different sort of defenses, more specifically air sweepers with those lightning spells. Now, guys, we're going to be moving into our next replay here. This is just going to give you guys a solid look into using this. Now, we're not using any, bowler bounces or anything like that, but instead we're using the Sui hero together. We're going to use EDrags on either side to create the funnel, and then what we're going to use is the super wall breaker to get into a particular area of the base to take down an air defense here. What this also means is we can take advantage of these dead zones. So by clearing this part of the base here, we're giving us ample value to kind of move in like this, and then use a mini lalo on the back side of the base. So it's definitely very important to get rid of that particular side. So there's a couple things here. Again, we also want to take advantage of the use of where those air sweepers are placed, which is the reason why we are bringing in, again, the lightning spell. That way, we're able to easily take those down and take advantage on the rest of the base. So that's just a little bit of something that you guys should kind of try and learn. Other than that, though, it's still fairly simple to understand. So what we're going to be seeing here first is we are going to be seeing the use of the Sui hero. Typically, we want to send the king in first. He's just going to carve out some buildings here, and that's going to allow us to send in our queen. That way, our queen is guaranteed to go right into the base, take down the air defenses, or maybe a little bit of these defenses here, and then start to move in. So you'll see that right there. We use the king in order to make sure that we're able to clear up a funnel for the queen. Then she can enter in and take down the air defenses and whatever other defensive buildings that are there, because that's going to help us with the pathing. Now, on top of this, you'll see as well that we're just trying to get some chain value, we're trying to get some skip value with creating the funnel. But once we've done so, we can kind of start sending in our EDrags. Notice how we're kind of being really patient with sending in all of our EDrags here. That way, we're guaranteed to kind of move right into the base here with the rest of them. Now we're kind of sending them all in, and this is exactly where we're going. Now, this is definitely going to be a pro tip as well. You'll see that how we're dealing with the two witches here. Very easy. But you may already notice right here that we're using an archer all the way over on the opposite side of the base to lure out these skeletons from those witches all the way over to that corner. This means that we no longer need to deal with those skeletons with the EDrags. This is an extremely important thing to understand. The main reason is partially because you definitely don't want your EDrags being locked onto the skeletons. There's almost a waste. So that is definitely a pro tip I can definitely give you guys. Now here is where we're going to be starting our lava loon. This is where we're going to be doing just a mini lava loon. We're sending in our balloons and then our lava hound. And this is going to allow us to sort of get down this particular side of the base using a haste spell in order to kind of get these defenses down, including the air sweeper, or I'm sorry, the multi-inferno, which is definitely going to be extremely helpful for the rest of this attack. Other than that, though, this kind of gives you guys a really solid look into using this strategy. Again, you'll see that we're luring away some of those skeletons, so it's definitely very important to do those. Other than that, though, guys, let's go and show you guys one last live attack using a pretty similar army composition with that lava hound. So guys, we're going to be hitting this base right here, so let's go ahead and first start off by using a Sui hero on one of these two sides. I'm going to use it over here just so that then I can kind of take care of these buildings that aren't chainable, and that's kind of the biggest thing that I'm trying to do. And then I'm going to start off by creating the funnel on the opposite side with the baby dragon. So I'm kind of trying to make sure that my EDrags get into a good area, that way I can sort of clear out some value. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So I have a pretty solid area of the base funneled out. I'm going to start off by sending in the Slammer, and then dropping in the EDrags, dropping in the Warden, then going ahead and dropping in the balloons. I'm going to rage everything up as they're going in. I'm going to freeze this area up. I'm going to pop the ability going through. Got a lot moving through the base. I'm going to go ahead and zap these away. Can definitely get some damage onto them. I'm going to freeze this up as well. Pop the queen ability, pop the king ability. It's looking pretty good. Gonna freeze more of this up as well. Kind of make sure that these aren't really, you know, taken care of too much. I don't know about this attack. It might be a triple, it might be a 2. Let's see, can these EDrags chain right on top of that archer tower, or on that air defense? They do. Oh, just barely. I think this is gonna be a triple. Whew, that was a little close. But I think we are going to get it unless something happens. Other than that, though, again, you're looking for chain value, and that's the whole thing of this strategy. So definitely, if you guys are really interested in seeing more live attacks from time to time, then that's definitely something that I'm going to be trying to do for you guys. Whenever I feel the need that it would be good to show you guys some live attacks, or me just hitting live in general, then definitely I will make sure to try to bring that to you guys. So it gives you guys a really good idea of how you guys can attack, and in terms of how I deploy. Other than that, though, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, or if you enjoy all the content that I'm bringing here on this channel. So also feel free to go ahead and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my content, whether it be a guide or even an explanation on certain things. Other than that, feel free to also go ahead and follow me on my social medias, which would be Twitter, Instagram, and also on Twitch and Trovo. Those links are in the description below. And while you're at it, remember to join my community Discord server, as there are a lot of people over there. You guys can get some help with base building and also with attacking help. So definitely I'm pretty active on there. So remember to jump into my Discord server, and feel free to go ahead and join any of the clans I cover. All their Discord server links are in the description below. But with that being said, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.